Hello, Mr. Nygren here. Welcome to Freedom Force with the Third Reich. So the original game Freedom Force was released in 2002 and this game, the expansion, released in 2005. But this is a mod, very big mod, called like I believe the DC Universe. So it released in 2021. I have never played it before. I tried some rumble battles in it a few days ago, but I have never played the campaign. Only tried some battles. So it's like one out of two super big mods for this game. It's like this game is very easily moddable. So there are quite a bunch of different mods for both Freedom Force and Freedom Force vs the Third Reich. And this mod is most likely the most recent mod for the game. So they released like an unfinished beta in 2021 in August, I believe, or July, and before that I believe that there was a Marvel mod of equal size but by the same creator released, and both mods have like over 1,000 Marvel characters or DC characters depending on the mod, and he has added a bunch of different campaigns in the game based on the comics. They are comic accurate, and the original game is I believe an action strategy game, so you control between 1 to 4 heroes in a campaign where you have different stages and you control them from a top-bottom view where you click on a hero and then you click on the ground where you want them to move, and when you right click, I believe that you move, and when you also use the right click button to select enemies and different equipment and such, and then on the left button you can bring up the menu for all their attacks and such. It's a mix between action and games and Sailor Moon, another story, a JRPG from 1995. I played it in 2007 too. I played those games between 2006 and 2008, I believe. Anyway, I played Freedom Force vs the Third Reich to the end, and one cool thing about Freedom Force is that you have these you have a campaign, a story campaign, where you control a bunch of heroes in their quest to defeat Blitzkrieg and his minions. So Blitzkrieg is like a super villain based on like similar to Hitler. He's not Hitler, but he's similar to Hitler. So you are fighting like Nazis. In the beginning you are in the United States fighting some villains. Then you are thrown back into the past. You have to defeat Blitzkrieg and his allies as the heroes, and you get some new heroes from that timeline. In the first Freedom Force game you were fighting in the modern timeline, but in Freedom Force vs the Third Reich, the expansion, you were thrown back into the past and had to defeat Blitzkrieg and his minions. And yeah, you have some set characters that you can play as. On some stories you are forced to play as some characters, and on others you are forced to play maybe one hero, and then you can pick the others out of the heroes that are available from the game, but as this game is made to be easily moddable, you had the ability to create your own characters, similar to in The Sims. So if you knew how to edit skins or textures, you could easily make characters that looked like yourself. So when I played Freedom Force vs. the Third Reich in 2007 or so, 2006 or 2007, then I had made like a character that looked exactly like me, that I used. I had made him uber powerful, and then I used him in the campaign in the late game, because in the beginning you are broke, you need a lot of money to unlock your custom characters in the campaign. But in the late campaign you can actually play with your own heroes together with the heroes from the main story. So you can, like in the final mission against Blitzkrieg, for example, or Entropy, there were a few missions after Blitzkrieg had been defeated, then you can use your own heroes that you have made, even if they look like you or friends, or maybe you have made heroes based on Hollywood movie stars, or maybe you have made heroes based on comics. I mean, this game originally were based on unique heroes, so they were not DC heroes or Marvel heroes, but of course there were a lot of modders that made DC Universe heroes for the game and Marvel heroes. So there have been like heroes from different like IPs available for many years, but there were no real DC Universe mod. I believe Freedom Force 1 had one DC mod that I never played. I remember I had downloaded it. I still have it. I believe I have probably downloaded all the mods for Freedom Force and Freedom Force vs. the Third Reich, but never really played the Freedom Force mods because the game didn't really work on my Windows 7 computer here. But yeah, this is the recent one from Benton, I believe the modder is named. He has made a huge mod for the DC Universe, where all the characters are replaced with DC heroes and villains, and he has not just made one campaign, but like 6 different campaigns based on the comics and the DC Universe, similar to the Marvel mod, where he had made like 10 or so different campaigns. I might misremember, I don't know, but he had made a bunch of cool campaigns based on different comics. For example, X-Men. The X-Men received one campaign, and the Avengers received one, and Spider-Man received one, etc, etc. And for the DC mod, he has Batman here. I've started the Batman version, so you can choose when you start the game. You have different bat files, and I picked the Batman one. But there are also like the Justice League and some others, Aquaman. But this one, unlike the Marvel mod, is not completed 100%. So the campaigns that he has included are completed, I believe. And but there were some campaigns that were still worked on that are not completed. So I don't know if they are included. And then I believe that both mods have all the characters intended. If you play custom battle, the rumble mode is called like the rumble mode is like custom battle. I don't know why. You have a lot of modes here. Usually I would pick the original game, had like the superhero TV where you could watch the AI fight, watch mode. FFX watch mode is what you want to use with this mod and other mods by Benton. So Benton has done many mods for Freedom Force and Freedom Force vs. the Third Reich. He's like the Freedom Force vs. the Third Reich modder. So he has made, I believe, a Turtles mod, and he has made a mod based on Pulp Fiction. He has made a Marvel mod, and he has made this Universe mod and probably many other mods. He's an expert in modding this game. I looked up modding this game once, but I never really got into it. At the most I did when I played it when I was like 17 years old back in 2007. I did make some custom characters, including one that looked exactly like me, but sadly that computer broke down and I lost everything in it. So even though I managed to get the game back up running, that character was gone. So I don't have it anymore. I would need to remake it, but the problem is that it was based on a custom body, so I don't have that body. So it's difficult to recreate. But essentially I had a guy in a costume, I believe, and then I used my own portrait, and in a very detailed manner I replaced the face with my own face, but not just by copy pasting the face over the game character's face. I had to like cut out the eyes and the ear, the mouth and the nose and everything, and make it fit perfectly, and it worked, and the hair too. So in the end it looked like my face on the character and my hair on the character and my glasses on the character, but with a body that was obviously the old 3D body. It looked pretty good actually. I'm a bit sad that that character is gone. It would have been cool to show off it on YouTube. But anyway, I remember I took some pictures of that character when I played the game back then, but never really... I think I had played... yeah, I did play the game on my YouTube channel, so I had videos with that character, I'm pretty sure. Problem was that channel was nuked because it had some Hollywood videos back then. You know, most YouTubers had a lot of copyrighted stuff in on their channels, and 3 strikes and the channel was gone. So it was because he had like all my favorite action scenes from Hollywood movies on the channel, like the final battles in different movies, like Blade maybe, or RoboCop, I don't know. Had a bunch of favorite scenes from Hollywood movies, and got the channel nuked and all my gameplay recordings disappeared. I had no backups, so since then I am not uploading anything from official movies or TV shows anymore. Anyway, yeah, so this game is easily moddable, and Benton Gray is like the best, or one of the best Freedom Force modders out there. And he released this mod because he felt he didn't have as much free time anymore, and so thought people had waited long enough. The Marvel mod was first released in 2018, I believe, or 2019. Well, this mod was released in 2021, as I said, but it had been worked on since 2008, I believe. There are videos on YouTube from Benton Gray's YouTube channel that he reviews scenes from this mod from 2008. So he had worked on a mod for like more than 14 years, and still hadn't released it. He may have released a very old version of the mod on the Freedom Force forum maybe, but not on ModB at least. Most people hadn't played the old version, and he was working on updating the old version into more modern iteration of the mod, and I believe he was half finished with it, maybe more than half finished, but he decided to release everything. So even though this is a completed mod, essentially, I believe it is lacking 1 or 2 campaigns planned for it, and some of the heroes and other like assets in the mod haven't been updated, so they are still their old versions. But it's a really cool mod, and the reason you want to use FFX M25 skirmish watch mode to watch battles is because you have more options there. You can put like a bunch of allies. So in the original game you have 1 to 4 heroes you can have on your side, and then you have a bunch of enemies. You can have up to 25 enemies or so, I believe. But thanks to the mod you can have 4 heroes, and then you can have allies instead of enemies added in the same section as the enemies. So, for example, we go into custom. We have the squad. In the original game, we only had 4. That's the same situation now. We can take some. I believe in Rumble mode, we still have the original game's heroes, like Alchemist here. It's not a DC hero. So in Rumble mode, you still have the original heroes and villains plus the new ones. If you have all on multiplayer, you have same custom. You have no one because they don't count as custom here. Even though the DC ones are custom. Campaign, you still have the original ones. Maybe they should have been in custom to remove the original ones. But anyway, you have the mix between the original ones and the custom, but they are over 1000 and most of them are DC Universe characters. So a lot of characters. And I was gonna say, so in the original game, you could have 4 heroes on your side. And in the watch mode, you could watch the AI fight. So the 4 heroes you pick would fight the enemies that you pick. So you would just enjoy battles. You could also fight in the other modes. We had like skirmish, epic mode, free for all, team mode, instant action, campaign mission. You could play campaign missions here too, but where you pick characters without needing to unlock cash. I believe in the original game you needed to be rich to get custom characters. There was a way to enable cheating so you could get rich. I believe I did that, so I could use my uber powerful modded character of myself. Otherwise he was very, very costly. Okay. Anyway, you picked 4 characters. Don't need 2 alchemists. I forgot I had picked her there. Let's find some others from the original game. Let's see, Blackjack. Let's pick some girls too. I can pick El Diablo. He's one of my favorite characters in the original. Okay. Green. Okay, these are the 4. And then you had like, you could pick 24 enemy characters. And then you could watch them fight. But unlike in the original game, you have the option here to, if you pick this buddies thing here. I don't know what happened here. They didn't show up. Let's back out. Okay, that's a bug, I think. I'm supposed to be able to see buddies here. Yeah, there is something wrong because they don't show up here. This didn't happen the last time I started this game. They added, I believe, a few custom characters to the files. Maybe it messed up something. Might have to restart, to be honest. I don't know. I can't see anyone there. I am losing money and I am losing numbers here. Something is off. Let's see here. We will go back. These characters. Yeah, custom, show heroes. Here we have the heroes of the game. Multiplayer. Can create new characters. Look like the original ones or custom ones. Any character in the game. the vanilla game files. Then I need to place the new ones in that folder for them to load here. Place them in the same file as the DC Universe characters, and maybe that caused a bug. So the Turtles mod had worse models than these, I believe. I remember I tried to replace the models with the HD Turtles models. They didn't work perfectly. I believe they had some bugs. Because the other ones have some different gear, and the attacks do not fit the same. I mean, with the different gear, the attacks do not fit with the new models. Okay, but anyway, I will need to exit, and I will need to add the new characters to the custom area and remove them from the other area, because I think something messed up the screen. I could try a different battlefield. But a bunch of custom battlefields here. Let's go for Gotham. No, there is something wrong. See you soon. Alright, I'm back, Mr. Nygren here. So we're back in Freedom Force with the Third Reich using the DC Universe by Benton mod. The most recent Freedom Force with the Third Reich mod. I fixed the issue, I believe. I also removed the Turtles characters from the custom character folder of the main game. I believe when I played the custom characters, when I placed custom characters in the custom folder for the mod, they didn't show up. When I placed them in the custom folder for the game, then they showed up, but they show up in all the mods. So if I wanted them gone, I needed remove them from there. So I moved them to another location for now. So we go to characters. We have the heroes. Not as many as when we have the Rumble mode selection. The foes. So for example, see that the Poison Ivy of this mod is based on the Eve character of the vanilla game. We can view her stats or copy her character, or we can make a new character. But if we copy the character, we still use this body, which is a problem. If I want a different body with the same stats, we can also view the character stats. We can see the powers, info, etc. Now I would want this, but with a different model. I think this model is good, but it's not the best one. Okay. Problem with creating a new character is that we need to place out all the skills and personality traits and descriptions again. So I would prefer just being able to use the same stats as this one, but with a different model. So you see there is the edit button here, but I can't click on it. I believe that worked to be clicked on in the original game. Maybe the mod has edited it out for some reason. You can't delete the character, but you can't edit it either. You can copy it, but then you end up with the same model. You would be able to change the skin. Like copy, you can give them a new name, you can change the stats, you can alter the skin, but you can't change the model. If you were able to click edit, you would be able to edit game, and you get more money when you complete missions and get further into the story. The more powerful a custom character is, the more money you need to unlock them. But you can cheat, so you get unlimited money pretty much, and if you do that, you can get the custom characters from the beginning. There are some missions where you are forced to use certain heroes, so in those missions you cannot use the custom characters, but if you play the same mission, I believe, in the Rumble mode, you can pick any character for that mission. So there is a way to play the missions with custom characters even when you're not supposed to. Okay, and you can give them resistances, weight, material type, voice types. Okay, so I wanted to pick the Poison Ivy character here and give her a custom model. Let's go to custom. We only have these now. So I have like Catwoman, different skins. This one I believe is based on Batman Returns. I think the body looks great, like shiny, latex style, but her face is not that great. The eyes looked good, but the face looked a little bit wrong. I believe the character is from 2007, the model. There is a different one. We have this one too, the original. We have this one. Then we have this one from 2003. It's also based on Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman from Batman Returns. Her face is much better, but even though her body may look better here, I believe it's not as good because it's a texture. It doesn't shine. It didn't look as good in the game. The face is better, but not the body. I had made a custom one in 2019 where I used this face of this character. I had moved the face through GIMP. I used the GIMP program similar to Photoshop and moved this face to this model. So we had this body and that face, which looked better. Sadly, I was stupid enough to delete the folder with the custom characters because I had a lot of characters that crashed the game and wanted to start fresh. I forgot that I had a custom character only in that folder and didn't have any backup, so I would need to remake the character if I want this model with the other face. But yeah, this one looks better in the game. The body, it shines in a way that the other one doesn't or don't, and it just looked more like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in the game, but the other face looked more like her, so you want this body and the other one's face. This one has the better face, but had the worse body. It might look kinda good here, but it doesn't have any of the shining. I don't know. Anyway, of course the mod here already has a Poison Ivy and a Catwoman character, but they have different models. We have the Catwoman from the animated series. The benefit with using these is that they are already made. They have all their stats and voices and such. You can see view. We have the powers and everything. Copy the character. See that they even have voices, some of them. And if I create a new one, I would need to place everything out again. And I don't know exactly what we should use. I would need to probably have a print screen of all of this and copy it, because Benton had already created this character. I might prefer the Michelle Pfeiffer model, but anyway, Poison Ivy. We have two Poison Ivies here that are custom. This one was from 2003. Found it way later. It's two different skins. This one looks better, I think. But I don't really like this Poison Ivy. I never liked the green skin, the Poison Ivy. What I liked was the animated series Poison Ivy and the one from Batman and Robin, the Uma Thurman one. This one looks like Uma Thurman. You see the face looks like Uma Thurman to some degree, which I liked. As a teenager, I believe I had a huge crush on Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy. Anyway, there is another skin for this one too, with green skin. I never downloaded it for this version of Freedom Force. I believe in the past I had both. We had like a folder with a million different custom models, but downloaded from different sites, but some of them caused crashes, so I decided to get rid of all of them. That's when I lost that Catwoman model too. I re-downloaded this Poison Ivy. I didn't bother to re-download the one with the green skin. So modern Poison Ivies have green skin. But I think it makes more sense for her not to have that, because if she's supposed to seduce men and such in order to kiss them with her poison lips and such, then I believe she needs to look normal skin. As a man, you wouldn't be attracted to a green skinned woman with green skin, but certainly someone that looks like Uma Thurman would be attractive. The problem with creating this character is that we would need to place out everything again, and I don't know in my head exactly what she used. I believe in the past I could just pick the already created one and click edit and change the model, but for some reason it's edited out. You can't click edit here. Alright, so Rumble Room. We'll not pick one of the custom stages because they might be bugged when using the watch mode. We'll use the let's see here, FFX M25 skirmish watch mode. We'll use it. And then we'll pick stage, vanilla stage probably. They work fine. So we'll pick them. Have some issues trying the custom ones where the enemies didn't show up. And instead the heroes just fought some invisible enemies. Anyway, we'll pick one of the original ones that I know work. Airfield. Pick 4 heroes. Okay, we can pick the ones I picked previously. Alchemist from the original game. Find some others. Blackjack. And Bullet could be picked, to be honest. Whoever I find next. Need to be vanilla. All multiplayer campaign. El Diablo. Okay. Yeah, and in the original game there were like a story. So you played like missions, and then you got story scenes, and then you got in classic comic style, and then you played more, and then you got more story. So there was a unique story. There is a unique story in the original game. Yeah. Okay, so what I was gonna say, you can have like enemies. So if you pick some enemies here, they need to be villains. Okay, and we'll try to find villains that are from the game but not too powerful. Blitzkrieg is pretty strong. We'll find something weaker. Let's see. And Trophy was the final villain. She was the strongest villain, I believe, in the original game. Even stronger than Blitzkrieg. Okay, let's pick some gangsters. Then you can, I believe, all can pick buddies. Then you get this line. And anyone you pick like under here will be a friend. Then you can pick like even more heroes, unlike in the original game where you were limited to 4 heroes against 24 enemies at max. You could have any number of enemies from 24 and below, but in this mod you can, thanks to this buddies thing, takes up 1 slot, then you can add more heroes. You can have like most of the guys here could be heroes too. You can have 1 enemy and the rest to be your allies. I believe also that it's possible to have neutrals. If you use this, could be wrong. I think they would be a 3rd team. They wouldn't be on your side and wouldn't be on the enemy side. You could have 3 teams. I believe I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played the Marvel mod, which had, I believe, such an option where you had enemies, allies and neutrals, I think. Okay. Tricolor. Can have her as an ally. Okay. And we'll find some more. So unlike the Marvel mod, this mod didn't look as cool in terms of animations for the characters. I tried a few battles with Batman characters against Batman villains and it looked really cool, but then I tried in the Marvel mod again. I started the game as the X-Men, and I believe Rogue and some others, they move exactly like in the comics. Like their animations are custom, really cool. Rogue looked exactly like in the comic books when she moved and such. She did fly like in the comics with the same pose. And I believe here, I'm not sure, but certain, but I think they are not using custom animations here in the same way. Could be wrong. I was more impressed with the X-Men, how they flew and such. They looked more comic accurate in how they moved. But this game has about the same number of heroes and villains from the DC universe. It has 6 different campaigns. It's a Batman campaign, a Justice League of America campaign, an Aquaman campaign, campaign of the Question, and there are some others. DC Mystery campaign. You can check that later. Anyway, you can have Tricolor. We can add this. We can just add something. Alien Warriors. We can start the game, see what happens. A nice DC Universe backgrounds here. So this is AI controlled. We hold out GR, we can move around with the mouse. These are vanilla heroes, not DC heroes. This game is really fun,
I'll
actually.
teach you some respect.
If you like strategy and action.
White guy, huh?
Yeah, you see, they are not allies.
I'll
They
make
are
it quick.
3
The bad
teams.
guy coming. I'll make it quick.
We have the evil guys, the gangsters, as 1 team, and we have the neutral, the aliens. They are a different team. They'll fight the aliens. And then we have the heroes, and they are 3rd team. And then we have the allies of the heroes and their buddies. So we have in the original game you had like 4 heroes max, and thanks to the buddies option we can have more heroes. And then we have 2 teams. We don't need to have all the villains in the same team. So essentially we can have 3 teams at once, and it's pretty cool. Let's go to options, sound. I think it was a bit loud. Okay. Yeah, the heroes are not on the side of the aliens, but are not on the side of the gangsters neither. So
Coming through. I'll make it quick.
the AI is smarter has access to more options thanks to the FX mode, which is a mode that extended the abilities and animations and such. I believe that Benton Gray has also added a lot of custom DC skills and attacks here. These are the vanilla heroes and villains. I believe the aliens were main villains in the first Freedom Force game. Heroes were in both games, and the gangsters probably in both games. Blackjack was a new hero. Same with Tricolor. They're only in the Freedom Force game. They are World War II era heroes. So I could also control them if I want to. I said wrong. I right click, then I can pick the options here. Heroic Revival will heal the hero so that they will be healed. You can do that now.
Fast enough for you?
If I do that before they have fallen unconscious, they will get all their health back, but as Bullet had been knocked out, they only got some health back. We can attack the enemy with these attacks. They have different attacks. So in the create a character mode, you can give them all their attacks, but they cost different amounts of energy, and in the game I believe you need to level up to gain access to some of the attacks. You have normal attacks, you have like beam attacks, and you have shields of different kinds, and you have resistances like resistance against fire, resistance against poison, etc, etc. Some characters can jump very high, others can fly, and others can run very fast, and others are very normal, like Batman, but has unique gear like the Batarangs and the car and such. Okay, so you have like different options, and yeah, the original game consisted of unique heroes like these: Alchemist, this woman, and El Diablo, this guy can shoot fire, Bullet, faster than a speeding bullet, and I believe Blackjack, I don't remember his skills, but he's another hero. And yeah, there were no Marvel or DC characters. Of course, fans made such characters very fast after the game released, so you have been able to like download DC characters or Marvel characters since at least 2005. But I believe that there were only a DC mod for the original Freedom Force game, not for the expansion. And this game, this mod, I mean, the DC Universe by Benton Gray, I believe that it is much more extensive than anything before it. The original mod, I believe, for Freedom Force, it had one campaign, I believe, but this one has 6 campaigns, and I believe that mod was a Justice League mod, so you had like the ability to play as Batman, but you could also play as the other Justice League heroes. But it didn't have a Batman campaign or Aquaman campaign or similar, so you had like the Justice League campaign but nothing else. And I'm sure this Justice League campaign that Benton Gray made might be different too, unless he was the one behind the other one too, but I don't believe that is the case. And this mod has over 1000 DC characters. I don't believe any other mod has had that many characters. And also when you downloaded a character, they didn't have their skills, so you needed to download other mods to get the right custom animations and skills and such, and then you needed to create a character and such. Here, if you download Benton Gray's mod, the DC Universe by Benton Gray, then you get all the characters already finished. The only problem is if you want a different model for the character, then you might have to create them yourself and look up exactly how the old one was set up, and then just copy it but use a different model. Okay. Yeah, the game was really fun, especially if you play on a normal computer screen and sit close to the screen. I am on a I sit a bit away from the screen. I have a TV as a computer screen now. But it's more fun when you use a screen that is closer to you, because it's easier to play this game if the screen is closer. And anyway, I really enjoy the game. the original game. It had a good story, and so I was a fan of both manga comics and DC and Marvel comics. I enjoyed this game, even though it had nothing to do with Marvel or DC, but it was very similar. You play unique heroes that could have been Marvel or DC heroes used as well. They had the same type of attacks, and it's the same type of story, you know. It's just that the game had its own heroes and villains. And thanks to this mod, you now have a DC version of Freedom Force that hardly anyone has played. I saw that only 200 people had downloaded the mod. I don't know how popular Freedom Force is in 2024, but I suspect Freedom Force Westertard Reich isn't that popular. I read reports that the game hardly runs on modern computers. So on Windows 7 it works fine. I'm using Windows 7, but I hear that if you play on Windows 11 or 10 it might not run well. But I believe I had it running well on my Windows 10, so it should work on some Windows 10 at least. Anyway, I wanted to show off this mod. So custom characters, the problem is that we have them mixed in with the others. But yeah, they have a lot of characters here. So we'll go back to Rumble Room, watch mode. I will remove these guys. Okay, and we'll check the custom characters. So 100 soul there. I believe this is a custom character. Maybe we should take all custom. No, we'll go through everyone here. It will take a while. So we have 1000 soul there. Probably 1 out of 1000 of clones. Probably an enemy of one of the campaigns. So when we click, when we start the game with the Batman.bat file, let's click the wrong button. The recording stops when I tab out, unlike in other games. So in this game we'll need to combine different videos, and we'll make another video outside of the game that will go through the different campaigns and the ModDB page and such, and then we will do the character stuff here, and then we'll fight some battles in the Rumble mode, the DC mod. Then we'll do the same to the Marvel mod later, and then we'll play some campaigns. I believe I will start with the Marvel campaign, the X-Men Marvel campaign. I had already played more than 5 missions, I believe, in 2019. They were fun. I would like to have them on the channel. Okay, but thank you for watching for now. See you in the next video where we do the rest. Bye.